to my channel. I want to thank all of my returning subscribers and welcome any new viewers. If you like what you see, I invite you to hit the like button and the subscribe button and join me on my journey to pay off debt, to save for all of my annual expenses, and just to get some financial freedom. I hope you guys can take some of the tips and tricks that I give everyone. Give me your tips and tricks. I would love to learn from anyone. So today is my debt confession, and it will be a confession. So I hope you stick around. So this is my my Bible. This sheet is from Donna, powered by creativity. So are all of these, actually. They're all from Donna, powered by creativity. This one, I just took her sheet and I kind of made it my own. And I will need some erasing. So this was my plan. When I met with you guys last, this was going to be the plan for August. The $767 to pay off my Discover. I added $47.05 to PayPal. That was already done. And then this was where I was going for August. So that didn't happen. Right or wrong or indifferent, it didn't happen. So Discover is at 0. So I did do that. So these are the only 3 that I have left to pay. And when I left, these were the balances. So it was $767, which is now 0. I can actually write that if I can find my Sharpie. That is 0. And PayPal is now, it was $947.05, right? And I was going to do the 400 and then 500 and some change. It is now $963.99. And you guys might be saying, Lisa, what happened? $963.99. Because you can see in August, I paid $326.21 because I had $274 from my prosperity binder that I put in. Well, let's talk. So this is what happened. This is what had happened. Not Costco. Well, where is it? It's right here. So charges. Nope, I didn't even put it there. I just put it over here. So these 2 charges. Etsy. Someone was having a sale. So what I do for Etsy, and I'm not joking when I tell you when I shop at Etsy, I shop at Etsy, right? I don't just spend like a $10 here or $20 here. I wait. I hold things. I save things up in my carts. Excuse me, my cat apparently has to go outside again as soon as I start filming. So I had a bunch of stuff in my cart, and so I checked out. Someone was having like this 60% off sale. I don't know what it was. But it's my support back to this community, back to the creators. And, I'm not gonna beat myself up about it. I don't know if I can claim that as a business expense because you guys are going to see every single item that I've purchased. I need to talk to someone to see if that can be a business expense or not. And the Azuna is a household item for it's a bunch of items for my house that I forgot that comes out every 6 months. So that wasn't factored in. But so what I did do, those payments that I made, it paid off my flight to my daughters, and it paid off almost the entire flight back. So I technically have nothing due until November. Now, of course, I'm going to pay before November, but I just wanted to share with you guys that that's what happened for PayPal. So yeah, so let me go. So here is American Express. So I transferred over to American Express, the saver over to American Express. And I was only going to pay the $40, $50, whatever that minimum was. But I ended up paying $169.44 just so I could get it to an even number. It was like $5,038 and some change or something. So, you know, me and those round numbers. I didn't do that here yet. The $63.99 is a September payment already. It's already scheduled. And then my Navy Federal, I was going to pay $1,000, right? That's my plan, to pay $1,000 in August for Navy Federal, right? That was my plan. Why I didn't make that payment is because my son had to have retainers, and his retainer cost a little over $600. So that's where that money went. And I'm being as transparent as I can be. That's what happens, right? We make all the plans in the world, and I want to be honest and open that it is okay. It's okay that things happen, life happens, and that's where we're at. My son's health comes before making an extra payment to a credit card, and I'm going to do that. Next week, 2 weeks from now, I have to take him, he has to get his wisdom teeth pulled. If you guys have ever paid for a wisdom teeth extraction for one of your children or for yourself, you know I'm getting ready to shell out a lot of money for that. So that'll probably impact my plan going forward because I'm going to have to pay for that. My insurance will cover a portion of it, but you know, we pay all this money for insurance and then it doesn't pay what we want it to pay. So I'm actually not going to write a September plan. This is the plan. My plan was to pay off PayPal in September, to pay $900 to Navy Federal and pay $100 to American Express. And it's American Express now. The saver is gone. I don't know if I'll do that or not. I don't know if that will be where I land. That is going to be where I try to hit. The 500 is not going to pay this off, clearly. So part of me is thinking, take that 500 and move it over to Navy Federal, because this is like my ticking time bomb, right? I have until 3/26 to pay off $12,000. Or, I mean, you guys know, I can transfer it to any one of these other cards on a 0% transfer. But I don't want to do that. I want to pay it off. I want to be done with it. So I might need to think. You guys let me know. What would you do if this was your debt scenario? If you had this, and again, let me see. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. It's not due until November. This is all 0%. I've got November, December, January, February, and February. Now, clearly, I'm going to be making more than just these payments, you know, because it's only September. So I'll be making a payment in September, October, and November. So I will go ahead. All of these will, you know, it'll pay off these balances. But do I pay, you know, just 200 here and move the money over here? So that's what I'm looking at. Just so I can knock this out the fastest and then kind of make this number 2. And again, this is my last one, because I have until the end of 26 or the beginning of 27 to finish paying that one off. So what I did want to share with you guys is this box here. So my very first debt confession, I shared that my original debt when I started cash stuffing, now not my original debt in life, but just when I started paying attention, it was $46,000. And I couldn't figure out why I still owed the 30 whatever. And when I subtracted the numbers wrong, so I went back and I pulled up the numbers again. And so between 2021 and 2023, I paid off $31,197.57. So my pre-car, very important, my pre-car debt was only $14,000 only. That's figurative. $14,802.43, right? I was kicking ass. I was trying to get this down, and then the accident happened, and I ended up almost right where I started. So that was the frustration, that I had worked so hard to be almost debt-free and then had to get right back into it through no fault of my own. I didn't hit myself and total my car. So that was my frustration. That is my frustration with the whole car thing. So in 2023, I owed $39,799. Well, at the end of 24, right? So that was the one sheet that I showed you, and I don't have it in front of me. I don't know what I did with it. I started 2025 with $31,197.57 in debt to pay off debt, right? But you can see my goal keeps changing because I go back and update my goal based on spending. So if I've spent money, and I have in these areas, right? These two are brand new. They weren't even here in 25. So they were brand new credit cards. Amex is brand new, although Saver, the money was already there. So I have paid off $25,000 in debt year to date. This is as of 8/31. I've paid off over $25,000 this year in debt. I have $18,000 still, so I'm 58% done with my debt. So 58, I know you probably can't see that after I circled it, but I have paid off almost 60% of the way done. Once I pay this off, right, that is like, ugh. And maybe that's why I don't want to save for a new car. I don't know. I just have an aversion right now to having to deal with a car. Anyway, so that's where I'm at, is I still have $18,000 to pay. So I'm kind of almost back to my 2023 posture, even though I got myself into this, right? This wasn't because of the car. This was because of Lisa. This was no one else's fault but mine. And so I'm sharing it with you basically to say, give yourself grace wherever you're at. Whatever your debt situation looks like, if it's your fault, if it's not your fault, if it's your circumstances, whatever the case may be, grace, right? We need to give ourselves grace. And you know better, right? Maya Angelou said, when you know better, you do better. And that's what this whole journey is about. It's about us knowing better and about us doing better. So that is where I'm at. I think this is now going to be my number one, my first priority, and then PayPal is going to shift to my second priority. Because I still do use this. And I use it, I think that's why I use Etsy as a big purchases, is because if I make big purchases, it's all 0%. Again, that's my mindset. Do I need them? No, but you guys make such good items. So many, oh my God, so many good challenges. That I'm not gonna keep telling myself no all the time. I mean, it's kind of like being on a diet, right? I don't want to binge, and I don't want to purge and all of that kind of stuff. I want to be even kill. So I do wait. I put stuff in my cart and I wait like a good 3 months until someone has a sale on what I want. I don't just buy. I wait until there's a good enough savings before I make the purchase. So I do have self-control. So for anyone who's going to comment that I don't have self-control, that's not true. So I'm not here to defend myself. I don't need to defend myself. I just am sharing, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know how long this video is going to be. It's probably not going to be as long as my first one, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update of where I'm at, what my plans are, a true confession of my spending. And you guys would have seen my spending days on my, when I closed out my end of month, when I did my no spends, you would have seen that. So this might look, let me just do it with you guys. And I don't have my magic eraser, so I'm using hand sanitizer. Okay, so let's suppose. So I still have my, oh, I erased that, sorry. I still have my $1,500 budget, right? That hasn't changed. So if I want to still do, so I'm gonna do $100 here. So I have $1,400. So I know I'm gonna do the $63.99. So what if I say I'm gonna do $163.99, and you guys are gonna see my sausage making, right? So if I have $1,500 and I subtract $163.99, I know it's the $63.99 that drives me nuts because I know I got a penny. But that will give me $1,336. So basically $1,336. It was going to be $1,400. It's $1,336. Okay, well, I'm still close to my $1,400. I'm just not moving the PayPal as much as I could have been moving. So let's play with what does that look like going forward. So I'm not, sorry, I need more hand sanitizer. I'm just gonna clear off this whole thing since we're playing. And that's the good part of having it laminated is I get to keep, I don't have to keep reprinting it. And you guys know my aversion to wasting paper and ink. Even though I did sign up for the HP on-demand ink or whatever. I used, well, this isn't working for this one. I used Donna, Powered by Creativity, her link, and I got a free month. So if you're interested in that, go over to her site and grab her link, and it will give you a month free. Okay, maybe I don't have enough elbow grease or something. I don't know why that's not coming off, but okay. So I'm still gonna have this. I'm still gonna do the $100. I'm still gonna do the $100 here. And I'm gonna do the $100 here and $100 here. All right, so we've got that. So I've got $1,400 to spare. Gosh, I'm making a mess, you guys. I apologize. I need my dang magic eraser. Okay, so if I want to get as close to 14, so that would have me at 800 here, and I need to pay this off by really February, right? So I need to pay 216 off by November, another 200 by December, 200 by January, and like 400 by February. So let's just say I'm going to do 200 here. 246. Will that get me what I need? And I apologize, you guys are doing the math with me. So 1365 plus 1648, 212.71, 178.16, 172.69. Nope, 170.3. Oh, well, duh. Okay, so 163.99. Okay, so 800. Why did I do that? Why didn't you guys tell me not to do that? So if I do 200 in October, yeah, and I'm going to do 300 in November and 300 in December, that will be my $800. So I've got 300, so I can do 1,200 here. I can do 1,100 and 1,100. Okay. So that's where I'm at. That will be my new plan going forward. And if I can add, so that again, that doesn't have anything to do with my prosperity binder. This is just for my paycheck. So if I can swing any more on the PayPal to get that done faster, or adding more to the old, I was getting ready to say Old Navy, to the Navy Federal. Again, that is going to be my first priority because I have until March to get that paid off. So, all right. And I'm sorry for the glare. If there's been glare here, I didn't think I turned the overhead light on because again, it started getting overcast. I'm doing this in the afternoon after work, and it's Florida in the summer and we get storms almost every afternoon. So, all right. That's it. That's what I've got. So thank you all for your comments, for your support. It really, truly means the world to me that I have this community to be vulnerable with and to get feedback and to get constructive criticism. If you have a better idea or better thought, hey, I'm all open. And if you don't, that's fine too. If you want to just give me a thumbs up or a heart or whatever emoji you'd like to give me, just to let me know that you made it to the end and you're with me on this debt journey. I'm going to say this journey to prosperity. I'm actually going to write that. This is my journey to prosperity. Because once this is done, once I don't owe anyone anything, all of my money is my money. And I get to do the fun things that I want to do with it. Like go to Alaska next year with the village. So I think I've rambled on enough. I hope this has helped someone. If nothing else, to remind yourself to give you grace and not let this drag you down, not let it take over your life. All right. Be kind to one another. Take care of each other. And I will see you next time. Bye.